Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a Pavlov Shack gun tier list. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into this. We're going to start off with the pistols, and first off we have the 1911. Now Pavlov Shack, this is probably the most booty weapon you could ever use. It has 8 shots. It's a little pea shooter. It's so bad. I rank it D. Next up, we have the 5.7. Now, the 5.7, a lot better than the 1911. It has like 21 shots in it. It can get you some easy headshots on pistol round, and it's very great. It's not S tier. It's not A tier. I'd say B tier. It's kind of one of those mid weapons. It's not the best pistol, but it's not the worst. Next up, we have the Glock. Now, the Glock, I would say it doesn't really rank B tier. It's kind of a worse version of the 5.7. The accuracy isn't as good. It's not bad, but I don't think it's as good as the 5.7 is. We're gonna rank it right here, C tier. Now we have the Berettas. Now the Berettas, they're not terrible. I don't think it's as bad as the 1911. It has more damage. I would put it in the same category as the Glock. It's just one of those weapons that is kind of meh compared to the other pistols. Now we have the TAC 9. The TAC 9, this is one of my personal favorites. This is the pistol that I use every pistol round. It has like 20 shots in it. The accuracy is pretty good on it, except for long ranges. Long range is kind of bad, but other than that, it's a pretty good pistol. I'd rank it A tier, personally. I know a lot of people say the TAC is bad, but when you get those headshots on pistol round and you have like 20 shots, it can easily save your life, especially if you put a silencer on it. Next up, we have the Deagle, the Daddy Deagle. Everybody knows where this is going. Gotta rank it S tier. It is the best pistol, one of the best guns in the game. The only problem is, and I don't like using the Deagle, is everywhere you aim, this thing just likes to shoot where you're not aiming. Like, I don't know what it is, but the Deagle spread is so bad, I can't use it. Now we have the revolver. Now, I would say this is like a worse version of the Deagle, at least in Pavlov's Shack. It has a one-shot headshot potential, but at the same time, the reload is terrible. Everybody knows it for Russian roulette. That's probably the best part, but other than that, I would say it's gotta be, I'd say it's B tier. It's not great, but it's not terrible if you know how to use it, but I personally don't like the revolver. Now we're going to do the SMGs. First off, we're going to start out with the MP5. Now the MP5 is one of those cheap SMGs that will do you good. I would say it ranks B tier. It's not the best SMG, but it's not the worst. It can be pretty good. It's borderline A tier, but I would say it sticks in B. Next we have the P90. Now the P90, this is mixed between a lot of people. It can be good, it can be bad. It just depends on where you are. The recoil is terrible. I would just have to rank the P90 in C tier. It's just one of those guns that, yeah, it's good up close, but where are you going to be up close except for like data center? That's like the only map that I could see this being useful on. OG containers maybe, but it's just not one of the best SMGs. You have better options than the P90. Now we have the the UMP. This is probably one of the best SMGs in the game. Actually the best SMG. If you use this, you have accuracy, you have range. It probably has the highest range out of any SMG. Better accuracy. I'm going to rank it A tier. Definitely one of the higher end SMGs. Now we have the Bison. Now the Bison, it's one of those guns that, I don't know, it just, the recoil on it, the ammo count is good, the recoil is not good. It doesn't really stick with me. I don't like it. I would have to rank it C tier with the P90. It's just kind of meh. Almost rank it D, but I think it deserves a C. Now we have the Uzis. Now the Uzis, this is a hard place to put, because if you dual wield these, they're pretty badass, but the recoil on the Uzis is pretty terrible. You won't hit any long range shots with them unless you're two-handing it, which is still pretty bad, but they can do you good. I would say mid B, A tier. It's put it about right there, but we're going to put it B tier. It's not the best, but it's definitely better than the P90 and the Bison. Alright, now we have the shotguns, and first off, we're going to start off with the automatic shotgun. One of the best guns in the game if you're up close. I wouldn't say it's S tier. It can be, but compared to like some of the assault rifles, it's kind of useless. But this is easily the best shotgun in the game. The only problem is the buying price is too high. Gonna have to put it A tier. Now we have the M8, I'm pretty sure. This is a pump shotgun. This thing, it's got to be D tier. I mean, I just don't. I mean, when you're busy trying to pump this thing, jerk it off, like it's just terrible. I mean, I hate that gun. And we have the double barrel, cheap and can be good. I would have to say, especially with the one shot headshot potential, it has to be in B tier. I mean, it only has 2 shots, so it's just not as good as the automatic, but it definitely has use. Then we have the SPAS 12. This is another pump. This is another pump shotgun. It has more damage than the M8, but it's just still not very good. I see people using it, but I rarely die to this thing at all. It's pretty booty, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. Alright, now we're gonna have the snipers and the rifles. Starting off, we're gonna do the 50 cal. Everybody knows where this is at. If you know how to use the 50 cal, it's a one shot anywhere to the body. Gotta put that in S tier. One of the best guns in the game. Just have to know how to aim and use it. The only problem with the 50 cal is a high buying price and no scope, especially in Pavlov Shack. No scope, it's very hard to aim with it. Now we have the AWP, and the AWP, I would personally not put this in S tier, but I would put it in A tier. It has a low buying price, very good for long range. A lot of people use it. It's a good sniper, can get you easy kills. Gotta put it in A tier. Now I think this is the G3, and this thing, man, we gotta put this S tier. This thing can rock your world if somebody's good at aiming. I think it has a higher buying price, but it's very good. One shot headshot potential, always S tier, especially if you know how to aim with this thing. Next up, I think this is the car, but this thing, it's just kind of meh. I don't really like it. It's just not as good as the AWP or the G3. In terms of just, I mean, I don't even think it has one shot headshot potential. Gotta put it C tier. Definitely not the best. Alright, now we're down to the rifles. And there's only one LMG in Search and Destroy, so I guess we'll go ahead and rank that. The LMG, this thing can be useful, especially if you're a camper, but I would have to put it B tier. Just kind of mid. Not really great, not really bad. It's just kind of mid, you know. If you want to use it camp, you can get some easy kills, but other than that, I don't use it. Now we're down to the assault rifles. First, we're starting off with the FAMAS. The FAMAS, it's just mid tier. It's not that great compared to any of the other rifles that you're gonna get. I would say B. It's not the best, not the worst. It's alright. Now I think this is the AK-12, and this thing, god awful. Never use the AK-12, especially when you have these other 3 options. I mean, why? Why would you use it? Now we're down to the last 3. We're going to start out with the AUG. The AUG is one of those guns with 0 recoil, but it doesn't have one shot headshot potential. I'm going to have to stick it in A tier. A tier, it almost makes it to S tier, but the damage is kind of low. You can get easily headshot by these other 2 rifles. And now we have the 2 best guns in the game. Easily the AK, one shot headshot potential. Gotta put it in S tier. The only bad thing about the AK is the recoil. Other than that, it's the cheapest assault rifle, and it is just a beast. Anybody who uses the AK knows that it's a really good gun. And now we have the M4. Everybody uses this, especially if they don't know how to play the game. They use this gun. Easy kill, fast firing rate. It's pretty much just the noob gun all around. If you're a noob, you use this. If you're a pro, you use the AK. Pretty much how it goes. S tier. Anyways, if you guys liked the video and want more Pavlov Shack content, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell, and make sure you leave a like on the video. Comment down below if you agree with my ranking. Anyways, peace out.